Let's unpack Neuralink's telepathy trademark battle, where computer tech collides with trademark law, market timing, and brand strategy, shaping the future of mind-controlled interface. The telepathy trademark battle represents one of the most fascinating legal conflicts in modern technology. Elon Musk's groundbreaking computer interface, Neuralink, has filed trademark applications that could reshape how we think about mind control technology, and they want to trademark telepathy. What do you think about this, and what's going on here, John?
Yeah, I like this. I like that Elon missed the boat on this. So they're trying to trademark the words telepathy and telekinesis for their brain implant products, but they were beat by a small startup you've never heard of called Prophetic. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah.
What's actually happening here is that Neuralink filed trademark applications in March of 2025, which sounds to me pretty late based on, because we've been covering this for a while. Like, you would think that they would have filed it before. But anyways, so they filed the trademark applications for telepathy and telekinesis, which are the names they want to use for their BCI, their brain computer interface products. But the US Patent and Trademark Office said, not so fast, because this 27-year-old computer scientist named Wesley Berry had already filed those same names back in 2023 and 2024 for his lucid dreaming startup called Prophetic. So the twist here is that while Neuralink is putting actual brain chips in people's heads, Berry company is making a headband that supposedly helps you control your dreams using ultrasound. I think we may have covered it, or we covered something. But both companies are technically in the brain control business, just in different ways, right? So why does this matter? It's not just about two companies fighting over cool sounding names. It actually reveals how the exploding BCI industry is racing to claim not just the technology, but the language we're going to use around these futuristic capabilities. So when everyone wants to own telepathy, who gets to define what the word means in the age of brain implants, right? Like, what are your thoughts on this? Do you think this Wesley guy is going to win, or what are your thoughts on this, Craig?
Well, according to coverage on trademark strategy from Indie Law website, Neuralink's pathway might be cleared if its competitor fails to demonstrate commercial use within the required time frame.
Oh.
So this possibility adds strategic importance to timing and commercial deployment plans. So if the original filer fails to meet its deadlines in their filing, then Neuralink has a chance to clear their way. But in the end, I have not looked at the value of Prophetic, but how much do you think it would cost
to buy the trademark from them?
We are talking about Elon Musk, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, let's not, it's more than you and I can afford, but
if I were him, I'd say you can buy it for $1 billion.
Yeah, this is my point.
Yeah.
And so we have a trademark conflict that will probably only make Prophetic rich. But,
yeah,
it's important because names steer customer trust, partner adoption, category ownership. As neural interfaces move from trials to commercial reality, who's going to own these brands, the teleport and the telekinesis and telepathy.
Telepathy and telekinesis.
Yeah, now we're teleporting, apparently.
Yeah.
That's a different episode. So assistive computing first, hands-free control for paralysis and productivity, accessibility, and new human control interaction modes. Sounds great from what Neuralink can do, and the others we talked about, that where they have a thing put in your jugular that has to do with your blood veins and vessels and controls the same way of a brain implant. These things are fascinating and amazing, though we'll have to see, it's interesting. Telepathy is a word that people use. Should we allow someone to trademark that word?
I don't think so.
But it's happening now. But I think at some point, as people start to own words, what happens when I use the word telepathy? If someone else owns it, does that mean that, something that I no longer use it without referring to them as a company? Is that what happens? So that aside, so he owns Prophetic and filed prior trademarks, Wesley Berry. The company's approach differs significantly from Neuralink's invasive implant technology, focusing instead of external wearable devices. So They've got a similar technology, but it's not invasive and it's wearable. And their vision involves transforming sleep experiences through target neuromodulation. Yeah, I can't see Elon Musk not just buying this company.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So Prophetic's raised 1.1 million in funding, whereas Neuralink, their valuation jumped from 2 billion to 5 billion upon receiving FDA approval for human trials, right? So if we're talking about value, well, obviously an impact, Neuralink it just killed it. But if we're talking about legal standards and following the rule of law, well, then Prophetic has done everything right? So far.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see what comes of this. I'm really curious to know.
Yeah, and Prophetic's telekinesis patent application received acceptance in August 2025. So they're ahead on both telepathy and telekinesis.
Yeah.
And so, like, when you say things like you can have it for $1 billion, I'm like, yeah, but I can buy your company for 10 million. Why would I? Or 100 million? Like, you raised $1 million, I'll just come in and say, okay, here's 100 million. I'm just taking it. And, I'll own the trademarks too, and off I go. So when you're, again, it's not for everybody, but when you're talking about the richest man in the world, or depending on what day of the week it is, and the fact that they screwed over his compensation last time, but the latest package looks like it's worth over $1 trillion.
$1 trillion. That's crazy. Yeah.
So to think that, Prophetic is going to stop him.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean you can't take advantage of this, get as much, they can decide not to sell. If it's private, then they can do whatever they want. And they can keep these trademarks. The best bet, I would think, is to figure out with your technology, your external wearables, can you add additional functionality to Elon Musk's Neuralink technology, or expand how they can apply that telepathy and telekinesis technology to their patients? Now you've got an interesting complementary package that would make both companies more valuable. So
yeah,
I like to think in win scenarios rather than adversarial scenarios, just because a lot of times you can both win rather than hurting each other. But we'll see. This is they're different approaches. Invasive versus non-invasive may allow coexistence in different market segments or targeting different. So we'll see, and we'll see if they. I personally don't think they will hold on to these trademarks, because they can take a few $1 million and really inject stuff into the bottom line and just call it something else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you said, they raised $1 million. If they say, you know what, we'll give you a telepathy for 10 million, we'll give you telekinesis for 10 million, that gives us 20 million. Now we're like 200 times what we've raised, or 1,000 times what we've raised already. Let's put that in the company, off we go and pick another name. So, we'll have to wait and see how these go. So,
yeah.
We'd love to hear what your thoughts are on this. Trademarks may sway branding, but clinical progress drives destiny. Watch the filings, watch the trials, and prepare for a world where thought becomes interface and regulation defines the runway. Let us know what your thoughts are. Who's going to win this legal battle? Or is it just a question of how big the paycheck's going to be? Leave us your thoughts and comments. What do you got going on, John?
Oh, just working away, helping companies secure government funding. Maybe heading to a couple events. I'm not sure what's coming up. So this will probably come out after Elevate.
Yeah.
So Elevate probably would have been a great time. But yeah, how about you, Craig? What do you have?
So assuming this is November, we've got a Flowgrammer event and a Toronto Startup Investor Drinks. If you're in the GTA area and want to learn or be part of a Flowgrammer, N8N, or vibe coding meetup group, join us. Go to flowgrammer.ca and check out the upcoming events and join us. If you want to find out more about how to take your startup to the next level, head over to torontostarts.com. Our events there, Startup Investor Drinks. So we do monthly. It's open bar, open pitch. It's an intimate event, and the conversations are next level. So check all that out there, and we'll see you in the future. Anything else, John?
No, that's it.
So thanks, everyone, for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment. We really appreciate it. Have a great one.